What's up, YouTube? This is Red Zone 101, as always. God bless and peace. Hey, guys, I had a person to comment on one of my videos. It was on my choice for non-lethal options for self-defense. And the comment was they didn't think these would be very effective. They thought these options I have here, the Byrna HD launcher with the 12-gram CO2 adapter, my Umarex T4E HDS68 caliber double barrel, and my Umarex T4E HDR .68 caliber revolver. The comment was he didn't think they'd be very effective. If anything, it might just make someone angry. Uh, you might get hurt, like in so many words. That it wouldn't be an effective mean to ward off a would-be attacker. Now, I happen to disagree with that. Now, granted, a lot of people, when they think about these kind of options for self-defense, they're comparing it with something like this. It's a firearm, okay? This one is loaded. I am carrying it, okay? But this here is lethal, okay? Has the potential to be lethal, okay? Now, that said, these, for the most part, have the potential to be non-lethal. Is apples and oranges are two different things, okay? Granted, both are fruit, just like these are both designed for self-defense. One is for non-lethal self-defense, the other one lethal, okay? And both of them have their place. But again, the person's comment was that these wouldn't be effective. And I disagreed with that. So I was thinking, it's Halloween. Let's take a couple of shots at these pumpkins here that were donated to me, and let's see what kind of results we get from the Byrna HD launcher, which has about, I think it's about 11 or 12 joules of power, which is not bad. And we have the double barrel here. This has about 20 joules of power. The one that's sold stock is about 7 joules. This one's been tuned up a little bit, so it's got 20 joules, okay? Tuned up by a professional gunsmith, etc. Anyway, this one here has a whopping 30 joules. These two here have these booster kits in them that give it a little more power, like what have you. So anyway, we're going to see what kind of results we get on these pumpkins. Now, I did take a couple of shots, so I'm going to turn the pumpkin around. I'm going to mark it. Since I've only got 2 pumpkins, and I've got 3 non-lethal options for self-defense, and that's not including my mace here. I still like mace for self-defense because it's something you can put in your pocket, a coat pocket, and what have you. Now, I would still prefer one of these, but mace is still good. Or I should say pepper gel, okay? And this is the Ruger pepper gel, really was simple to use. This video's not about that, but anyway, just to let you know, I'm not against these. These have their place. But this video is on these non-lethal options for self-defense. Now, if this, again, is approved and people think that, wow, that's really good to carry, what is wrong with carrying one of these? Now, granted, this would be my choice for carry. It's small enough that I can conceal it, like what have you. These two would be more like something I'd have in the car, bedside, like what have you, because even though that is just too cool, that's a little big to be trying to carry. Although I probably could, but I'm not going to. Anyway, but this right here, right holster, yeah, you can carry that, and with the right coat. Although that's a little big for carry too. Okay, so again, these two right here would be more for something bedside, or let's say just to stop a carjacker. It's in the car, like what have you. Anyway, let me turn this pumpkin around because I did take a couple of shots. So I'm going to turn it around and we're going to see what kind of damage we can do on the other side, okay? Now, I'm going to have these here because I'm the most accurate with the revolver and the semi-auto. I'm going to shoot those at the same pumpkin, but I'm going to shoot one side with one of them and the other side like with the other. So let me turn these around and like we'll get to the demonstration. There we go. All right. Now the Byrna is really simple to use. It's got a CO2 in it. What I like about the Byrna that's even more user-friendly within the other two is you don't have to do anything to pierce the CO2 that's inside of these. These use 12-gram CO2 cartridges, but to do it, you just pull the trigger. And whether it's on safe or whether it's on a fire, it'll pierce the CO2. But if you pierce it in fire, it's going to automatically fire and it's going to shoot out the projectile. Okay, now I'm using jawbreaker rounds. They're .68 caliber and 3.5 grams. Okay, and I'm going to use those for every one of these, like in this test here. But again, the Byrna is simple to operate. You got a mag like a semi-auto. Put the mag in. Your indicator here sticks up to let you know that there's a round that's in the chamber here. And I'm going to put it on fire. And we're going to take a couple of shots and we're going to see what kind of damage that we can do. I should say what effect it's going to have. Okay. The Byrna HD launcher first. We got a car that's going by. I'm on the way till that car goes by because these are really loud. And that's another thing I like about these because they're loud. First of all, criminals don't want to draw attention, okay? You fire any one of these, trust me, you're going to get attention. They are very loud. So, okay, here we go with the Byrna first. Let's see how good I can do here. Now that is bouncing back. So for safety reasons, let's put on the safety glasses. Here we go. Got to put it down my nose because otherwise it fogs up my glasses. All right, here we go. Let's get some shots in. Okay, that's 5 shots. We're gonna, and my indicator's down, that's 5 shots. We'll shoot them all first. Now let's do the revolver. Now the revolver has 30 joules of power. This has got the most power out of all of them. And I gotta say, it's pretty daggone accurate. So let's take some shots with this. Now the way to do this, your CO2 goes into the grip. You put it in, let me show you. Yeah, try and get that not to fall off the table. I'm just gonna have to, there we go. There's your CO2. You drop it in bottom first. The head is up. You screw this, it pierces it. So you screw it to hand tight. And then to pierce the CO2, little more work within the Byrna, but not too bad. You just give it a whack. Give it a whack. You see that indicator there comes up, shows red, meaning it's hot, it's ready to fire. Okay, let's take a couple of shots with this. I can tell you right off the bat, this has way more power than the Byrna. Okay, let's put that down. Now let's go with the T4E HDS. Okay, this is my double barrel. Let's take a couple of shots with this. Now, I saved the one whole pumpkin for this one because even though I love this one, it takes a little more to be accurate with it. It doesn't have sights on it, so it's kind of a point and shoot. But again, in a self-defensive situation, you're only shooting at anywhere between, let's say, if it's in the house, 10, 15 feet. Okay, and within 10 or 15 feet, this is more than accurate. Okay, you're going to hit your target. Now, to load this, you do the same thing. Your CO2, put that there, goes in here, the grip, put it in the bottom first, top is facing up. You screw this cap back on, and you're going to pierce it the same way. Give it a whack. Your indicator comes up, lets you know it's hot. Okay, now to open this, you don't open this the traditional way you would open up a shotgun. Okay, now a shotgun traditionally, you would use this lever here to open it. This is not the lever to open it. This is actually your selector here. Okay, to open this, you look down here, you pull this down here, and then it opens. And I've already got 2 rounds in it, so it's good to go. So you're gonna close it, and actually it's ready to fire now. Now this actually has a heavy trigger, but it's still not bad. It's manageable. Okay, let's take a couple of shots with this. Actually, we're gonna do about 4 shots with this. Let me get a couple more rounds out, and there we go. All right, let's go with the right barrel first. Now selecting the left barrel. Okay, now we're gonna open it up, put 2 more rounds in. Okay, close it up, and here we go. Left barrel first this time. Right barrel. What's nice about this one here, even though it doesn't have the round count as the Byrna here or the revolver, what's nice about this, you can fire both barrels at the same time. So just because, let's fire both barrels at the same time. Opening it up again. Let's get a couple more of those jawbreaker rounds out. And I like this one a lot because of the simplicity of it. Load it up like that, you're ready to go. Okay, both barrels at the same time. Let's see if I hit them both. Wow. Okay, now let's see what the results are. I'm gonna go grab the pumpkins. I'll be right back. Okay, people. These are heavy. Okay, now this side right here, see if I can get this. There we go. This was the Byrna. Now I gotta say, even though the Byrna didn't penetrate completely through, that's impressive. Because this is not, I mean, this pumpkin hide is pretty tough. I mean, really. Matter of fact, now, what I did notice here, the revolver, you got some penetration here. That one is almost completely in. You got another one here that went completely through. This one here is embedded in there. I mean, that's some serious power. And just to show you just how tough this hide is. Okay. Got my knife here. Now, gonna do this without hurting myself. Gonna give it a little. That's a tough hide. Okay, that's really pretty tough. I mean, that here. Do it again. That's tough. Trust me. So for those, wow. So for those rounds to be doing that, that's pretty good. And you got to think about if this was flesh. Now, if this hide is that tough, what is that going to do to flesh? That's going to hurt. It's not going to be lethal. It's, for the most part, the Byrna is not going to penetrate. The revolver, yeah, I don't think it'll penetrate, but it's going to leave a mark. Okay, that's pretty daggone impressive. Okay, let's put that back down and let's take a look at what the shotgun did. The double barrel. And I'm going to try not to kill myself in the process. As you see here, I'm doing some work around the house. That's why I've got all that stuff over there. But okay, this is the double barrel. Put that back up here. That's pretty impressive. That round is in there. Almost completely through the first layer. Same thing here. Same. Oh, here it went completely through. Here, those are the two that I shot at the same time. And as you can see, that's a pretty good group there. That's from both barrels. So again, to me, I mean, you use what you think is best for you for home defense. But as far as I'm concerned, um, for non-lethal options for self-defense, this is more than adequate with good shot placement. Now, granted, I've always said if someone has on heavy clothes, now this is going to be diminished to some like degree. But if someone's got on heavy clothes, I'm aiming for the legs. I'm aiming above the chest and what have you, because we're talking self-defense. We're talking someone trying to hurt you, your loved ones. Um, there's no kid gloves then. You do what you have to do to survive the situation. This one right here, the revolver, the Umarex T4E HDS, no, HDR, excuse me. R stands for like revolver. This here has a lot of power. I mean, this right here would definitely put a hurting on someone. Okay. I don't care whether they got thick clothing on like or not. That's going to hurt. And with good shot placement, that's going to get someone to back up off of you, okay? Real quick. Finally, my double barrel here, the Umarex T4E HDS. This here, I love this one. This one because I love the simplicity of it. I've always wanted a short barrel shotgun, but didn't want to go through the paperwork and all that, and the tax forms, and just didn't want to go through that. This is me, having my cake and eating it too with this one. I mean, this one here, besides the fact it hits really hard, simple to use. Granted, you've only got 2 shots, but if you put those 2 shots like in the right place, trust me, they're going to back off of you real quick. I wouldn't want to get hit with these. When you look at what these are doing to these pumpkins here, and as I said, these pumpkins, that's thick. That is really, let me show you. Here, let me cut a piece out just to show you just how thick this is without hurting myself. Give me a second, people. Okay, here we go. That's how thick that the pumpkin is. I mean, that's pretty daggone thick. Now, granted, as I said, these are not firearms. They're not designed for penetration, okay? A firearm is designed for penetration. You're going for vital organs. You're trying to shut the person down, okay? Put that up. This here is not designed for penetration. It's designed for that, almost like getting hit really hard. Think about what police use for rubber bullets. Think about your bean bags and shotguns that police use for riot control. That's what these are like. And like I said, that's pretty thick. And it's doing that kind of damage. So if it can actually almost go into this kind of a hide here, think about what that's going to do to flesh. I mean, granted, we would never want to use these for anything but, let's say, recreation and maybe target practice or what have you. But in a self-defensive situation, you do what you got to do to protect your family. Okay? And these are great options for people who may not be comfortable with a firearm. I get that. Not everyone's comfortable with a firearm. But a lot of people that I've talked to, and when I'm reading and reviews, are more comfortable using something like this here, this Byrna HD launcher, than something like a firearm. So I get it. I get it. I use both. Depends on the situation. There are places that I can't carry a firearm, but I can carry this. I can have this. I can have this here. It's not a firearm. So, like I said, it depends on the situation and where I'm at that dictates what I'm going to carry at that time. But I feel comfortable with my firearm. I feel comfortable with these here because I know the pros and cons. Okay. I know I'm not going to be shooting, let's say, 50 yards and trying to take out my target with it. Granted, you're not even really trying to take out a target with a handgun, like at that point, meaning for self-defense. At that point, you're looking more towards a rifle. But within self-defense distances, 10, 15 feet, these are more than adequate with good shot placement. And that's just it, with good shot placement. A firearm is ineffective with poor shot placement. If you can't hit the broadside of a barn with a 22 or a 9 mil or 40 cal, then you need to rethink, do I need more training, or maybe this isn't for me, maybe I need to look into something else. Okay? Because at that point, you're more of a danger to other people than, let's say, trying to defend yourself. Anyway, like, you get what I'm saying. Anyway, people, wanted to share this video with you. Um, Hopefully this was helpful. Again, shot placement, practice. Gotta practice. If you don't practice, you're going to be ineffective, period. With whatever you use, you have to practice. Okay, that's all I got to say. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. Have a happy and safe Halloween. Until next time, God bless. And as always, peace. Let me know what you think. Take care, people. Have a good Halloween.